You know, the phrase community development doesn't sound like a heck of a lot of fun. But on UTR, we have a ton of fun showing you developing communities that are turning Michigan into one of the greatest places in the world to live, work, play, and stay. And on this show, we got a four-fer for you. It's kind of like a twofer, only twice as good. That's right. On this special UTR, we're going to show you 4 fantastic towns that are turning up their talent, creating new spaces, and opening new places so you totally want to live here. And speaking of here we go, because first off the shelf is Sheboygan. Sheboygan is located near the tip of Michigan's magnificent mitten, just 15 miles southeast of Mackinac City on M23. Now take a town with a really cool name, add some rich history, tune up the downtown, then plop it down right in one of the prettiest parts of Michigan. And what do you got? Sheboygan. Right on the mouth of the Cheboygan River, right on Lake Huron, and right down the road from the mighty Mackinac Bridge, Sheboygan is perfectly placed for an awesome quality of life. It was once a mighty logging town, but now it's a boater's paradise with tons of places where you can displace the water with whatever craft you crave. The downtown has also been beautified, shopified, and foodified for maximum pleasure, fun, and relaxation. And speaking of food, if you're looking for a righteously royal place to relax and quaff some potent potables, might I suggest an audience with the Queen? And by that, I mean the Queen's Head Wine Pub, where their motto is simply, let them drink wine. And by them, they mean you. This relatively new hot spot with a cool vibe was the brainchild of John and Marcella Costin, a couple who love where they live, love food and drink, and want to share it with the world. I have to ask you guys, why Queen's Head? Why not the whole Queen? Why just her head? I don't understand that part of it.
Well, you have a Brit next to you over here, right? So whenever you go to England...
I heard you speak. You're not from Sheboygan originally, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'm from London, England. And why the Queen's Head? We bought a painting about 18 years ago, and we decided when we wanted to open a pub that we'd call it the Queen's Head, and would use our picture as the emblem.
Well, what inspired you to open a wine pub in Sheboygan?
Basically, what happened is I knew we were going to open a Simply Marcella, and my whole concept of women enjoying themselves, having the opportunity to have a glass of wine while shopping, and then the space became available, and I just dreamed that we could make it all happen right here in this building.
So Simply Marcella is your boutique, that came first.
Yes.
And then you loved it so much you thought you'd just invite some friends back here. And the atmosphere in here, I have to tell you, I don't know who's responsible for that, but it feels like I'm in England.
It is a bit like an English pub, you're right.
Totally.
Yes. Yes.
But why not, it's usually beer. Why the wine? Is that your influence?
It's a combination. That's why we called it a wine pub, but we're really highlighting the wine concept because I love wine, so I'm a little bit selfish.
As do I.
Cheers.
I have to tell you. Thank you very much.
A very big cheers.
There's so much happening in Sheboygan right now, and you guys are a big part of that, aren't you?
There's no doubt about it. Sheboygan has momentum right now. It's a big team effort.
Now, you guys are also developing a theater right next door on the same block.
Well, that's quite some big developments. That door over there, actually, well, actually, it's a bookcase, but it rotates. It's a bit like Harry Potter. And when you go through there, you go through to the Lark Lounge. And then after the Lark Lounge, you go into the Lark Theatre, a little 50-seater live music theatre, which we're looking forward to opening around September, October of this year.
Now, getting back to what you guys do, you don't just have potent potables here, you also serve food as well.
We have great food.
Sure we do.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's your philosophy here on food?
Actually, it's funny, we were talking about that this morning, about how would you name our food? And Marcella came up with a, what was it?
I said gourmet
comfort food, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually what we like.
Yes.
And we found that other people like what we like.
We use a lot of our local sources, which has been great, like Big Stone Bay Fishery. They are close to Mac City. We use their smoked trout, their smoked whitefish dip, their smoked whitefish sausage. And then there's a store 2 doors down from us, Bittersweet.
A great
She makes
store.
all of our homemade crackers, biscuits. There's like 5 different types of crackers that we have to serve with all of our gourmet cheeses. So there's this local togetherness that we're trying to put together here, and it seems to work for everybody, and it tastes good.
Another simple question. If you guys had to pour Sheboygan into a glass, what would it taste like?
Simple answer for me.
Go ahead.
Can we say it at the same time?
No, you ahead.
What, did you practice?
A cold glass of water on a hot day. When people talk about investing in a town or believing in something, we truly do believe in Sheboygan. I really feel that we are growing, and we're growing at a good pace. And like I said, when you start talking to the people in the community, you'll fall in love with it a little bit more.
This is our third time here. We love Sheboygan.
Good.
We don't need a reason to come here.
So do we.
Well, oh, here's one right here.
Cheers again.
But I am drinking it.
Yeah, me too. Okay, maybe I'll have some now.
It's time.
I'm telling you, we had a royal blast. We made tons of new friends, ate and drank like kings and queens, and a jolly good time was had by all. The Queen's Head Wine Pub really is a wonderful place to eat, drink, and be merry with mates new and old. And it's just one of many great reasons why you need to show up in Cheboygan. Like you need an excuse for great wine and food, right?